Welcome to the new chapter Arrays for class 10. Topic covered here is two-dimensional arrays. Now we will see what is two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional arrays are referred by two indices or subscripts. First one called the row and second one called the column. Two-dimensional arrays are also referred to as matrix or tables. Next, we'll move on to the two-dimensional array declaration. Before we use an array, we need to declare it like any other variable to allocate space in the memory. Here is a general syntax given in two different methods. And after declaring the array, it is necessary to create space in memory. This is done by using a new command. The general syntax is given here with row size and column size. Next, the example is also given there. Int marks and two subscripts have been given here. So if you want, you can specify the size of the row and column size also. So each element in the two-dimensional array is a same size. Next we'll move on to the creation of two-dimensional array. Look at the picture given here. For example, if you declare an integer type having 3 rows and 5 columns, then this statement can be written like this. Int mark is equal to new int 3, 4. Okay, it means 12 spaces will be created in the memory which may be visualized as a matrix with rows and columns. Okay, so now in the A variable, 3 rows. The first row it will move on to the first column, second column and third column. Okay, so next we will see more on two-dimensional array creation. See, you have to be very careful while creating a two-dimensional array. So look at the first two line, it was incorrect. You have to specify the rows and columns. The last one is the correct statement. You can give a row, it is necessary. And if you didn't give the column also, it is not a problem. But if you have given a column without row size, it is an incorrect statement. Okay. So you have to specify the row size and column size here. So next we'll move on to the two-dimensional array in the form of rows and columns. So here see, look at marks is equal to new int 3, 4. It means 3 rows, 4 columns. 12 space will be created in the memory which may be visualized as a matrices as shown here. So this the value will be located with its corresponding subscripts. Okay. So if you want to store any values, you have to refer with the rows and columns. So next we'll move on to the initialization of two-dimensional array. Like one-dimensional array, two-dimensional arrays may be initialized by following their declaration with a list of initial values enclosed in the braces. Okay, so look at the sentence here, the last line, int table is equal to, and the values have been initialized. So here 3 curly brackets, the subscript is given there, it means 3 rows. And each subscript is having a 4 values. It means 4 columns. Okay. So like this you can initialize. After initializing, you can see the values will be located according to the size of the array. The position of the array will be splitted in the table. So 0th row and 0th column, the first value will be located there. Okay. So likewise, if I want to store any number with the second row and second column, the values will be stored. And if you want to access any element from two-dimensional array, you can simply call a print statement. Inside a statement you can specify the position of the row and the position of the column, so that it will go and refer to that position and it will print the element which is stored in that position. Okay. So just look at the example is given here. Marks 1, 2. It means first row, second column. The value is 30. And next, look at the next statement. It is 0, 0. It means 0th row, 0 column. The output is 8. So likewise, you can call a element. We can also initialize the array at the time of array creation. So at the time of array creation itself, we can initialize the value here. It has been shown here. Okay. So like this, you can specify the array. But here commas are required after each braces that closes off a row, except in the case of the last row. Okay, so we have to be very careful while initializing the values. So now we'll see how can we get array length. Suppose you want to know the length of the row. So simply you can specify array variable dot length. Okay. Suppose if you want to know the length of the column, you have to specify marks 0 subscript dot length. Okay. So here is a small example. Okay. Here I just want to print the length of the row 1, length of row 2 and length of row 3. Simply I have used a main method and I have initialized the values. See, each and every row there is a different columns specified here. Okay. So for the first row it is only 3 values, and for the second row there are 4 values given, and for the third row only 1 value is given. If you want to note down that, you can simply call the print statement by using a syntax array variable 0th row dot length. So look at the output here. The 0th row, that is the row 1 is 3. I have mentioned here row 1. Okay, so that's what it is printing, row 1, 3. Okay, so next we'll move on to a simple program, that is how the values have been arranged according to the row position and the column position. So we were using a loop here. So the first for loop is for the row, and for the second for loop is for the column. So accordingly, already the values have been initialized, and according to that values and with the help of the for loop, we are placing the element in the position. Okay. So this is the simple program you can execute by using a BlueJ. Okay. So that's all about the two-dimensional array. I think you will be clear with this. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly subscribe. Okay. Thank you so much.